Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, one half of the DungeonSwag team, and I have here one of last year's dwarves, and I'd like to paint them up, but I'm intimidated by this model, and this can happen to anybody. You can see a model that just has so much going on that you don't feel great about it, and that's kind of where I am with this dude. But you know what? I think we're going to give it a shot anyways, and see how it goes. So he's got a lot of flesh, and it's underneath stuff, so we're going to start with flesh. I have one flesh tone for speed paints. It's this Crusader skin. It's the only one I got. I have about 30 minutes to paint this dude today instead of an hour, because we have Star Wars tonight. It's not really Star Wars, but it's Star Warsy. We're playing a space opera campaign that has Jedis, but it also has a lot of other sci-fi kind of stuff in it. I can't figure out if that's supposed to be his cheeks or what that is. That must be hair. And of course I got it all over his clothes already. Of course I did. Now I left this a little dark down here, so we're definitely going to have to come back here and at least highlight those muscles with some flesh tone later, so that it looks good. I just chugged the rest of my coffee before I walked down here. I think it's having some negative effects on my belching, excuse me. Now, you don't have to, when you're using these speed paints, if you do like a fake zenithal like I do, you don't have to come back and go over this again with flesh tone if you don't want to. If you can get the effect you want on the first time around, go ahead and stick with that, dudes. But, like, let me bring this up. You can see his abs down there. So, I mean, they're showing. Don't get me wrong. The highlights are in kind of the right spots. Don't get me wrong. It's just I would like them to be to pop a little better. Okay, homeboy's not wearing any pants under his kilt, so we got to get his legs here. And we might have to come back and hit just the edges of those muscles with some highlight later, just to get the desired effect. Of course, he's not wearing gloves. He's wearing annoying wrist guards. Oh, I'd like to think we got all the flesh covered. There's that little bit on his lip where his bottom lip is sticking out, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to come back and just hit that with a highlight later. It'll be easier than trying to paint around it. It looks like we got all the flesh. He looks pretty good so far, though. I'm not going to lie. Get a hand back there. We're just having the flesh done. He's looking pretty sick. All right. Oh, I did not do his hand on this side. Alright. While that dries, I'm going to get a cheap brush and do his base. I don't have any water in that brush. That's going to be a mistake. All right. I don't know what you guys call that, but I don't think you want to be dry dogging that base there. Because when you're trying to get down in the cracks of this baking soda, you will not get it down in all the little crevices if your brush is dry. I'm off camera again, aren't I? Yes, I am. I'm sorry about that. You think I'd have learned by now. I haven't. All right. All right, we need to do, I'm not sure what this stuff is, if that's supposed to be metal or what, so I think we're going to do underneath that and some of this other stuff as leather, and then we're going to come back to that and see if that needs to be metal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be metal. So let's try to get up under all the edge parts there. So with the right color of brown. And he's got this weird and this has a belt that we probably shouldn't be hitting with this color, but we'll hit it with this color for now, and then we'll come back and we'll lighten it up with something else. Okay, so his chest straps here, I'm gonna grab a different brush for those. Because they're pretty small. Oh yeah. I think we're gonna do this like a blonde dude. It's gonna be crazy. He's got some kind of like metal, I don't know what they are, some kind of like weird on his shoulders there. Where is that? Like metal dwarfy decoration. I don't know what the hell they are. Some kind of dwarfy decorations. We're going to get white and pick up where I accidentally got flesh tone and brown on that stuff. And then we're gonna do that in a different color. So let me grab white from over here because I don't keep white on my table. On my paint thing over here. Oh, that's a lot of white. So on his belly here, see how there's like a little like decorative dwarf head there? We're gonna paint that a little bit just to cover where I got shit on it, paint on it. Then we're gonna come up here on his shoulder where I got a little bit of flesh tone on that. I did the same thing right there. Alright, let's see if I got anything in his hair or his beard. It looks like I did not. Somehow. So let's let that stuff dry. Let's get a dark wood here. Let's do his boots. And then maybe let's look at his hair. Doing his little boots, doing his little boots. This gentleman's got some tiny boots. Now, we missed this little hanging down things back here. We'll hit this with the dark brown because you're not going to see them anyways. We don't want to leave them white for sure. Alright. Got to go pick some people up that need a ride for gaming tonight. So let's get this mini going. I'll go grab and pick them up. You know, honestly, I wasn't even going to record this, but painting a miniature that I'm intimidated by is probably a good thing, if I had to guess. Nice. Alright. Somewhere, when I was turning them around, I saw some of those little tiny supports from printing. So we got to find those, wherever I saw those, and get rid of them. Oh, there it is. And they usually just pop off. You don't need to really do much with them besides pop them off. I thought I saw one more under somewhere. There's another one right there. Pop that off. Alright, so let's do the handles of his axe. And to do those, we're just going to mix this dark brown with this flesh tone and make a new brown. It's a little bit reddish. And we'll do the handles up. Nice. Looks all right. All right, I want to hit this little belt piece. Some of that bled through. So I just want to dab a little more white on that and try to cover that a little better. All right, let's do axe again, axe blades. Get a bigger brush. Ooh, bling, bling, bling. I have buddies, and mind you, I'm in my 40s, so a lot of my friends are older, but I got a lot of buddies, and some of my buddies don't paint minis anymore, or won't paint minis in general, even if they want to start, because they're concerned that their hands are shaky or that they can't see. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like stuff like this, like laying on the table, using this hand to steady off of that bottle, and having like a big thing to hold, because I have arthritis really bad in my fingers, having something big to hold on to, that stuff helps. There's magnifying glasses and stuff. I'm very, very blessed. I wore glasses for many, many years, and then found out I was a diabetic, and got my diabetes under control. They didn't think I was a diabetic because I wasn't as heavy as a lot of type 2 diabetics are, but I actually was. And so they got me on medicine and insulin, and I took that, and then I just lost enough weight and started eating right completely and got off insulin. And I have 20/20 vision somehow, so I'm very blessed. This is called weapon bronze, and I'm going to use this to do some of that metal armor work. What we want to do is we want to get our brush, and we want to drag it out. And we don't want it real, real thick. In this, we want to kind of work it into that. Get all that covered. And then we're going to come back at the end with a speed paint and get it down in the cracks around this and give it some depth. But you don't want to go too thick because it won't dry while we're still trying to get this done. And we did a goblin in about 30 minutes earlier, so I'm pretty confident we can do a dwarf. He's not much bigger. I think we got most of that covered. Let's get a smaller brush and hit some of the buckles and stuff while we're here. And then we'll start on his hair. I always get out confused. Like I say, I'm going to do this, and then 2 minutes later I forget what I'm doing. Not good. Scheiße. He's got some kind of like little string hanging down there, and it comes around onto the back, and I'm not sure what it is. So I'm just going to kind of ignore it since I don't know what it's supposed to be. I forget what I was about to do, man. I was doing some buckle stuff. He doesn't really have any more buckles that I see that I'm noticing. But he does have some little studs on his wrist guards. Oh, you pecker. Let's wipe that little bit off. There we go. Alright. Let's do this hair. Alright, so when I tried the yellow by itself, it was a little too vibrant. So what I think I'm going to do is try this pallid bone for the hair and see what that looks like. But I'm not going to use it real thick. I'm going to kind of pull it out and see what... Oh, that can work as a blonde, like a more of a brownie blonde, like a sandy blonde. I think. Let's get that all in his hair. It's not shabby at all. And let's hit these shoulder things with that same color. That'll tie them all together a little bit. And then last but not least, let's do his belt with that. Darken up some of his beard a little bit. There we go. Make sure I got these covered well. Alright, so we have to do something with this brass, but I don't think it's all the way dry, that bronze. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over his weapons with something to give him a little, like, little mystic kind of... Well, that blue was too crazy when I did that. Let's do this, the runic gray. This looked really good on the paladin armor, so I think it'll look good on these axes. Let's get a bigger brush. You can see some of that detail. This is a Sven mini, and Sven's minis are just next level badass. Sven, thank you so much for being our friend, letting us sell your minis for a good price. Your minis are beautiful. Sven, I'd like to be like you when I grow up, even though I think I am older than you, actually. Alright. Nice. Alright, so I want to lighten up those like skeleton looking things we just did a little bit. So what I'm getting here is this, it's called mummy robes. It's just like a lighter kind of deal. I actually, looking at him from above, missed a little part of his beard. But I want to darken up around the base a little more. I don't think I really want to come back and do any more flesh tone on him. I think wow, I think it actually, I wanted to do those abs, but they're not bad. All right, so this is called mummy robes. It's like a really like off-white with like a pink and a brown in it maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just going to get a piece of cardboard. I'm going to wipe a lot of that off. And I'm just going to drag that over the top of those. And just hit some of the features that stick up. Just to lighten them up a little bit so they're not the exact same shade as his hair. So he's looking pretty sick. I don't know how I'm going to do his eyes. His eyes are kind of deep, and I think they look okay like that. I like to do something with eyes usually, but I think with him we're not going to have the option. So let's grab our cheap brush and do something with the base while we're waiting for that bronze to dry. Let me get a time check here. Okay, I got about a couple minutes. We got a lot of colors out right now, dudes. Monster Brown. Alright. Cheapy brush. Wipe a lot of that Monster Brown off. Lighten up the base. In some spots, not everywhere. Because remember, dirt is not all the same color. I didn't do anything with those rocks yet. Damn it, I'm running out of time too. Alright, let's kick it into overdrive. Okay. Is there anything I want to lighten up on the model itself? No. Alright. Rock. We're just going to hit it with a pavement. And you might say, hey, dude, you just dip that Monster Brown in that pavement. It'll be alright. So we got two rocks here. Let's coat them the best we can. Don't got to be perfect. And for speed reasons, center is better. There we go. And then let's do the around his base with the black, because that's the next step. And then we'll come back and do what else needs done. Oh, that's way too much. All right. Dang it, Chris. Oh, I just made a big mistake right there. That's all right. Sometimes when you're rushing, you make mistakes. You know, in the Army, we have a thing, well, I'm not in the Army anymore, but we used to say fast is slow. Do it right, take your time, pay attention to what's going on, and it'll be way faster than having to come back and do it again. All right. Yeah, see, I chunked in right there too far on that black. And my paint wasn't watered down enough and it's chunky there. Alright, let's wash that brush. So this is Sand Golem. And we're going to go over that bronze with this. And it's going to give it that cool effect. Alright. I think that's about all we wanted to do with this fella, except for I kind of wish we had done something with the with his eyes, but I'm out of time here. So we're going to have to do some blow dryer on him. Look, man, the chances of somebody coming to my house and saying I want to play a dual axe wielding dwarf that is wearing almost no armor, well, that's pretty slim. So since I'm not too worried that anybody's going to be like, hey, I'm playing that guy, I'm just going to go ahead and call this good enough. Let's get some grouse on his, some flock on his base. Pow! A little bit of clear glue. Cheap brush. Get in here. Where's that deep spot? I want to get that first. See where the deep spot is? We're definitely going to put some flock on that deep spot where I cut in too deep with the black. Drag that around there. Get some here in the front. Okay, flock. I shouldn't have rushed. I'm sorry, guys. I could have done more with them. All right. Let's take a look at them. If you like these minis, if you like what we're doing here, take a look in the description. Like and subscribe. Go to the website. Go to the Discord. Come hang out with us. Paint some minis. Hopefully I'm not in a rush to paint them like that, but he looks okay. I got all the basic parts of him painted, yeah. Muscle could do some work too. Well. But anyways, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.